Feel free to sing along. You may be seated. Just so you guys know, the game is currently 3-1 at intermission. Welcome to the Oilers. The graduating class would like to welcome you to the CHS graduation exercise for 2025. We will begin with the land acknowledgement. In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, Cardston High School acknowledges that we are on Treaty 7 territory, the customary and traditional territory of the Kainai First Nation. We acknowledge all the many indigenous peoples whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. Now, we wish to recognize the elected officials and our other dignitaries that are with us this evening. Would you please stand? And audience, if you can please hold your applause until all the names have been read. West Wind Trustees, Mrs. Tammy Tolley, Mrs. Anna Joyce Frank, Mr. Doug Smith. Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Darren Masentunik, Mr. Todd Heggie, Mr. Austin Nunn, CHS Principal, Mr. Cody Toon, CHS Vice Principals, Ms. Corley Williams, and Mr. Stephen Gibbons. Representing the town of Cardston, our mayor for worship, Mrs. Maggie Cronin. And the Minister of Jobs, Economy, Trade, and Immigration, Government House Leader, and MLA for Cardston, Mr. Joseph Scow. He sends his regards that he could not be here tonight. He's super busy. As a delegate myself and politician, I understand we are very busy. We would now like to ask our mayor, Ms. Maggie Cronin, to offer our invocation.
Loving Father in heaven, creator of heaven and earth and all that is in it, we pray, Father, for the Spirit to be with us and to bless in particular all those graduates who worked so hard to come to this beautiful realization of their goal. May God bless them all, Father, to carry on with their dream with determination, hard work, and persistence, and with the support of their families and friends. May God bless us all with those proceedings. And Father, may God bless also all those who were there for them along their side to help them become so educated. And we pray, Father, for those blessings humbly in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you, Maggie Cronin. The program continue as follows. Class President's address by Cor Kinder, Principal's address by Mr. Cody Toon, Co-Valedictorian address by Lucille Ducky, Co-Valedictorian address by Grayson Fox, awards and scholarships by Mrs. Williams, presentation of certificates, CHS administration, and the recessional by Mr. Quinton. Now that boring stuff is over, well. Look at us, the graduating class of 2025, standing here today, dressed like academic wizards, pretending we totally didn't just finish that last English assignment 2 nights ago, or this morning, or like me in the parking lot. Today marks the end of an era, the end of cramming for tests we totally forgot about, group projects where one person did all the work, know who you are, and those weird assignments that started with attention staff and students and ended in total confusion. But before I get into the deep life lessons, which I'm sure you're all here dying to hear, let me start with some thank yous. First off, Mrs. Williams and Mr. Toon, thank you for always supporting me and the student council, even my ideas sounded like they were ripped from a dream I had at 2 a.m. You somehow made the phrase, okay, hear me out, not immediately terrifying. My student council team, you guys are legends. We laugh, we stress, we survive. Thank you for pushing me, motivating me, being the best team I could have asked for. Without you, I'd still be in the planning stage of our first assembly. Big thank you to Lena Winder and the yearbook committee for capturing every awkward, iconic, and unforgettable moment. I swear Lena had a camera glued to her hand all year. If you sneezed, blinked, or tripped, she caught it on film, I promise. Thank you. And of course, I can't forget ChatGPT, my AI therapist, ghostwriter, and academic lifesaver. Without you, this speech would just be me standing up here saying, yeah, thanks, bye. But on a more serious note, thank you to my mom for being my biggest supporter, my late night counselor, my unpaid Uber driver, and for always pretending like you knew what I was talking about. When I went on dramatic rants about high school politics, I love you, and I probably still owe you lunch money. She's already crying. There are so many people I could thank. Teachers, friends, even the janitors who pretended not to see us breaking down the halls after hours. But if I thank everyone, this speech would be longer than the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. So let's talk about us. We survived a lot. Not just math, not just Shakespeare, but the group chats, the awkward hallway run-ins, the mystery smells in the locker room, and let's not forget the absolute chaos the high school parking lots were. I don't know how many times I got pelted with a snowball. It hurts a lot. Every day was a battle zone. No one was safe. We came into the high school as awkward kids with backpacks bigger than our personalities. And now we leave slightly less awkward, with slightly more facial hair and only a few emotional scars from gym class. We've had a wild ride. Remember Spirit Weeks, the random theme days we all pretended to hate but secretly loved? PJ Day was an excuse to give up, and we loved it. And then there were the assemblies. Some were amazing, some were just, say, character building, but all of them had the same energy, controlled chaos. And now, somehow we're here, on this stage in these gowns, about to walk across this stage and pretend like we're not sweating through every layer. But what comes next? Some of us are going to go to college. Some of us are going straight into work. Some of us are taking gap years, which is a fancy talk for I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out later. Respect. Whatever your next step is, just know this life is not about having it all figured out. It's about trying, failing, learning, getting back up, and maybe laughing at yourself along the way. And hopefully doing it with all the people who make it worth it. Here's a secret nobody really knows that you're doing. Not adults, not politicians, not even the people who write the instructions on IKEA furniture. So frustrating. So if you don't know what's next, welcome to the club. We're all just winging it with confidence. But if there's one thing I've learned from these last few years, it is that community matters. Having people who show up, support you, and believe in your dumbest ideas, that's everything. So keep your friends close, your humor sharp, and your hot chocolate even stronger than your anxiety. Chase your passions, fail loudly, oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Fail loudly, succeed humbly, and never ever forget where you came from. Even if your town only has 2 spotlights and suspiciously competitive fast food war. In conclusion, yeah, I said in conclusion, we're almost done. I just want to say how proud I am of every single one of us. We made it through all the weird, awkward, chaotic, and beautiful moments that made high school what it was. We laughed, we cried, we survived dodgeball. We are the class of 2025, and we're just getting started. Thank you, good luck, and please, somebody double check that I actually passed.
Thank you, Thor. You've been a fantastic student body president. Probably twice a month, Thor would come to my office and ask, so really, Toon, tell me honestly, I'm the best student president for like the last how many years? And I would try really hard to stay diplomatic, but Thor, you've done a fantastic job. It's been awesome having you. And welcome everybody, and I'm honored to participate tonight. Esteemed guests and all of you that are here presenting scholarships, our dignitaries, thank you for coming and supporting these students. Family and friends, thanks for braving the heat and being here. Reaching a successful end of 13 years at school doesn't happen without a lot of support. And I want to thank the CHS staff. They're all around tonight. It's risky trying to get too specific, but Mr. Gibbings and Mrs. Williams, they quarterback this show. They're in charge. But behind the scenes, it's just people everywhere. Tickets printed, sold, envelopes stuffed, chairs to stack, decorations to put up, and it's just on and on and on. Cardston High School is a fantastic place to work, and that's largely a result of the fantastic people that work here. So, recently in my social studies class, Rihanna, she's right here, Rihanna told me that I watched too many movies. And I totally disagree with her, but it did get me thinking, and I went on kind of a little trip down a movie rabbit hole. And I looked into the most popular movies of each year since you, our graduating class, started school. Here's what I found. In the last 13 years, there's been 11 box office hits that have included characters with superpowers. You'll recognize these movies, I know you will. 3 different Avengers movies, 2 Star Wars movies, 2 Spider-Man movies, Encanto, a Captain America movie, a second Incredibles, and 2 Frozen movies. Yeah? Grade 1 for you guys. First grade, that first Frozen came out. It's had a lot of life in it. Graduates, unlike the characters in these movies, you don't need mystical force, a magic hammer, the ability to fly, shoot spider webs, lift a church, or build lovable snowmen to be a hero in your own story. Each of you has available to you a superpower that makes you stronger than Elsa, faster than a Jedi Knight, and better than any Avenger. I'm talking about a very real superpower called curiosity. And I don't mean just being snoopy and trying to figure out everybody's business. I'm talking about the good kind of curiosity. Hear me out. The superpower of curiosity lets you live a full, rich life. Being curious about the people in this world and the world in general means that you will never be bored or dull. If you're a curious person, there will always be something to make you marvel. Huh? So, if you want every day of your life to be full, and not just full, but meaningful, be curious. The superpower of curiosity helps you be a more positive human being. The reason is because curious people are interested less in placing blame and interested more in finding solutions. When faced with challenges, curious people use their superpower to ask questions like, I wonder why someone would do that. Curiosity often frees us from the unnecessary burden of being a victim of our circumstances or assumptions, and instead makes us the creators of our own stories. So if you want to see the world as a place of possibilities and not limits, be curious. Helping you develop this superpower of curiosity has been the foundational mission of each of your teachers for the last 13 years. Teachers will always disagree about which subject is the most important after social studies. But one thing all of your teachers can agree on is that curiosity will make you the type of learner that can thrive in any multiverse. At the heart of every lesson prepared by your teachers has been curiosity. To take advantage of all that your brain has to offer, be curious. Graduates, along with everyone here tonight, I congratulate you on the heroic achievement of completing this phase of your life. Go Cougs!
First, I want to say I lost the game. Good evening, esteemed guests and unwilling hostages. My name is Lucille Ducky, and I have been chosen as valedictorian to represent the graduating class of 2025. So, for the moment, I ask that you lend me your ears, and I will try not to bore you to death in this heat. In one of the greatest cliches of speeches, I would first like to thank the staff and parents for the role they played in helping me and my peers graduate and plan for our futures. Though each student is responsible in large part for their own success, it cannot be downplayed how much of a difference good leadership can have in the course of our lives. To the parents, know that you determine the success of a student more than you give yourselves credit for. Good parents nourish their children's ideas, give them support, and are the first influence on a child's development and interests. I know myself what a difference support at home makes, and how important my mom was in allowing me to stand here today. Not only providing a roof over my head, but with unconditional support in my academic and personal pursuits. To the parents and parental figures that provided the same to my classmates, I thank you, and I want you to know that you made a huge impact. If we could have a round of applause, please. To the teachers, I'm sure you've heard countless times of your importance in many different speeches, but let me say it again. The future of the world is in your hands, in how you choose to inform the next generations, and the values you instill in them during the hours you spend teaching. By providing safe spaces for students to explore their interests and making lessons captivating, you are what makes or breaks a student's interest in any given subject. I cannot thank you enough, for I have seen myself that your work does not end with the school day. The effort you put into making lessons interesting and grading our assignments with meticulous care so you can give us the best advice possible is not lost on me, nor most of your students. If we could have another round of applause. Now, I move on to all of you. There were two questions in the back of my mind as I was writing this speech. Ones that I knew I had to answer to properly express my thoughts. Why am I the one standing here in front of you today? And what message do I want to impart on my audience as a final gesture before I step down from the stage and into my adult life? The first question, why am I standing here today? Well, the answer answers are simple. My numbers are bigger than yours. It's a fairly simple thing. However, if spending 3 years with countless amazing, intelligent, and hardworking people has taught me anything, it's that grades can hardly be counted as a measure of success. This leads into my second answer. What do I want to leave you with? I've come to this conclusion. While I do agree academics are important 4 years from now, 10, 50 if I'm lucky, it will not be what comes to mind when I recall my high school memories. I also know that grades are an unreliable metric by which to determine a student's dedication and future prosperity. I've seen the same story many times over. A student struggling to keep their grades in one subject high, excelling past everyone else in another. Math may not be their forte, but their writing is indistinguishable from professionally published works. And perhaps one's academic pursuits may not quite be up to standard, but I've seen those same people act their hearts out on stage, create works of art using skills that have taken years to hone, and show an understanding of mechanics that I could only gawk at in admiration. The goal here is not to downplay the success of me and my co-valedictorian. It certainly wasn't easy to claw my way up to the top as we have, that much I can attest to. But if I plan to properly represent the student body, I'd do a terrible job if I pretended that I was somehow better than any randomly chosen student in this crowd because of my grades, or if I spoke only of academic excellence. Instead, I want to say that merit cannot be measured by something as insignificant and arbitrary as grades. The future is bright for those who pursue their interests and continue to work with as much dedication and passion as I have seen in all of you. I have no doubt in my mind that you, my fellow students and friends, will go on to lead your own successful lives and brighten the dark world with all your unique talents and capabilities. Not because you spent your time striving for straight A's, but because of the lessons you learned and memories you made with your peers and the school staff that will inform you on how to live your life, uniquely suited to you and not concerned with the constraints of a system that claim numbers on a report card dictate excellence. Let us be thankful for all the opportunities we have been given, and let us continue to work toward a better future. I thank you all for allowing me to speak on your behalf, and I bid you all adieu.
Well, I guess it's my turn now. Good evening, distinguished faculty, devoted parents, long-suffering siblings who are forced to be here, and of course, my fellow members of the graduating class of 2025. What a momentous occasion this is. We finally made it. After 3 unforgettable years filled with growth, challenges, and triumphs, we've reached graduation day. Today, we sit here dressed in our caps and gowns, beaming with pride, though, I must admit, some of us are quietly questioning if these gowns are secretly designed to double as sauna suits. But, despite the heat and the nerves, here we are, ready to celebrate. Standing here today, I'm not just thinking about the last 3 years of high school. I'm reflecting on everything that has brought us to this point. The long hours spent in practices, the late night study sessions fueled by Dr. Pepper, McDonald's, and determination, and all those in-between moments when I had to choose between playing Brawl Stars with Peyton, he's over there, and doing what was actually necessary to succeed. The decision wasn't always easy though, but each moment, each choice has contributed to where we are today. As a student athlete, I've come to realize something incredibly important. Success is never just about raw talent alone. It's about setting goals, and then, no matter how hard it is, working like crazy to achieve them. Because in the end, it's not just about the result, it's about the journey, the effort, and the growth that happens along the way. I vividly remember my first day of grade 10. I showed up to Cardston High School from Little Mountain View, unsure, nervous, and completely lost in this new place. I had no idea what to expect, but I knew one thing. I had a goal. It wasn't a fancy one, but it was important to me. It was simply to get better every single day. In order to achieve that goal, I had to outwork the version of myself from the previous day. That mindset didn't just shape how I approached athletics. It changed how I approach everything: school, relationships, and even life. It taught me that progress doesn't happen overnight. It's built day by day, step by step. And as we sit here tonight, it's clear that each of us has put in those steps to get to this very moment. Because we all set goals. Some of us aim to get good grades, others to secure spots on a team, and some of us just worked hard to get through a tough class. Then there were some people like me doing everything possible to live down Mr. Janisco's Spanish nickname. If you know, you know, and if not, we're just going to keep it that way, for the record. But regardless of the goal, what matters most isn't just what we aim for, or what it took to get there. It's the effort behind the goal. The resilience in the face of failure, the courage to push through when I felt like giving up would be so much easier. Because goals gives us the direction, hard work is just the momentum to move forward, even when the path gets tough. And together they help push us in the direction we were meant to go. There were countless times when I didn't want to get up for that 6 a.m. run, days when I felt drained after practice and still had assignments looming over me. I know many of you have had your own versions of those struggles, balancing extracurriculars, part-time jobs, and family responsibilities. But we did it. We pushed through, and tonight we're not just celebrating the fact that we're here, we're celebrating the journey it took to get here. The truth is, life after high school won't slow down. If anything, it's going to get faster, more demanding, and a whole lot more unpredictable. But that's why, more than ever, we need to carry this mindset with us. We need to keep setting goals that scare us a little, ones that challenge us to reach higher, to do more, and to become better. And we need to work toward these goals as if nothing's promised, because in life, nothing is. So, don't let a failure knock you down for good, because every sprint, every setback, every time we push past that I can't moment, we were building something far more valuable than just grades or awards. We were building character, we were building resilience, we were building the kind of strength that will carry us through whatever challenges come next. So, to my fellow graduates, whatever you do next, whether it's continuing your education, stepping into a career, serving a mission, or taking on a completely new adventure, go after it with everything you've got. Be relentless, be curious, be fearless. Set goals that stretch you, that make you feel uncomfortable, because those are the ones that will lead to the most growth. And remember that hard work doesn't always guarantee success right away, but it'll always build strength and it'll always open new doors to new possibilities. Now, I'd like to take a moment to thank the teachers, coaches, and staff who have supported us along the way. Your encouragement, dedication, and belief in us have made all the difference. To our families, thank you for being our rock, for your unwavering support, and for helping us get through the toughest of times. And of course, to the class of 2025, thank you for making these last few years unforgettable. We've created memories that will last a lifetime, and no matter where we go from here, we'll always share these bonds. Now, let's go out there, chase our goals, and make the next chapter of our lives even greater than the one we're leaving behind. Thank you.
Good evening, graduates, parents, staff, and community members. As the academic advisor for CHS, it's my pleasure to announce this year's scholarship recipients. Before I do, I want to commend each graduate who's put in great effort to do their best in their classes this year. Not all of you will receive a scholarship tonight, but please know we applaud each of your efforts in achieving your high school diploma. Before we begin our awards, I'd like to remind you about a newer recognition at CHS we started 3 years ago called Honor Grades. You will notice in your program a list of honor students. These are students who maintain 80% or above in core or option classes, excluding work experience in seminary. Students will be wearing a gold honor grade if they earn 85% or above in grades 10 to 12 English-1 stream classes and 3 other diploma stream classes, one of which can be a -2 class. We would like those students to stand now. They are Madison Beezer, Carly Bevins, Dallin Common, Russell Common, Isa Demas, Lucille Ducky, Grayson Fox, Daniel Cobsa, Michaela Cooch, Isaac Morphus, Matea Pitcher, Declan Spencer, and Bella Terrell. I would also like to announce a new award that we're starting this year called the Above and Beyond Awards. These awards honor students who have demonstrated exceptional academic initiative by enrolling in and successfully completing credit courses that exceed the minimum requirements for a high school diploma. Through their pursuit of additional coursework, whether it's through dual credit, RAP, summer school, green certificate, or extra electives, these students have shown a strong commitment to lifelong learning, personal growth, and academic excellence. These students earned 130 credits or more, which is 30 credits beyond graduation requirements. Their motivation to go above and beyond reflects a desire to challenge themselves and prepare for a future success in post-secondary education. They are designated with a blue grade. These students are, and please stand, Madison Beezer, McKenna Bevins, Roxton Blackwater, Dallin Common, Russell Common, Makisha Daychief, Isa Demas, Lucille Ducky, Tabitha Evans, Grayson Fox, Dylan Hansen, Carson Kimley, Sage McAllister, Courtney Rowe, and Declan Spencer. Thousands of dollars from our local community are provided through the following scholarships. A special thank you to those businesses, families, and individuals who so generously invest in CHS grads. We appreciate your support. Our first award is the ATA Valedictorian Award. $500 from the ATA Local is presented to the top academic student. In 2025, we have a co-valedictorian for the highest average. The awards go to Lucille Ducky and Grayson Fox. This year, we are also honoring a salutatorian, which is the student who has the second highest academic average. This award goes to Dallin Common. The CHS Student of the Year Award. Chosen by CHS staff, this award goes to a student who, through hard work and contribution, makes the school year better. This student has a strong academic work ethic, supports extracurricular, works well with peers, and has a great relationship with teachers. This year, $400 goes to Thor Kinder. CHS Atmosphere Awards. The following students were voted by CHS staff as ones who brighten the atmosphere and make school a better place. $100 each goes to Russell Common, Jessica Hardy, Piper Janisco, Lola Scow, and Lena Winder. The Teresa Bowers English and Social Award. The top English and Social Studies students, Ms. Bowers made a considerable donation which continues in perpetuity. Over 30 years, she served with vigor, enthusiasm, and excellence. The top two combined student averages in Social 30-1, English 30-1, Social 30-2, and English 30-2 will receive $750 and $500 respectively. The English 30-2, Social 30-2 awards go to first place, Colton Bevins, and second place, Vanden Salmon. The English 30-1, Social 30-1 awards go to first place, Lucille Ducky, second place, Isa Demas. The Simpson-Markinch Ranch's Limited Scholarship Awards. This perpetual scholarship originates from a substantial donation from the above-named corporation. The fund uses interest to provide recognition for exceptional achievement in biology, physics, chemistry, and math. This year, the Biology and Math Awards go to Lucille Ducky. The Physics Award goes to Grayson Fox. And in chemistry, there was a tie going to Dallin Common and Grayson Fox. The E.J. Wood Memorial Scholarships. Mr. and Mrs. Glenn E. Nielsen donated Husky Oil Canada shares in memory of Mrs. Nielsen's father, Edward James Wood. Mr. Wood promoted the Alberta University system. The E.J. Wood Scholars demonstrate academic excellence, citizenship, character, and school involvement, as well as initiative and integrity. The award was divided among 5 recipients this year. $3,000 each will go to Grayson Fox, Ava Freeman, Tabitha Evans, and Madison Beezer. will go to Griffin Forsyth. The NMAX Environmental Legacy Scholarship. NMAX Energy Corporation provides a $1,000 scholarship to a student with a grade 12 average of 65 or higher. The recipient must demonstrate environmental leadership and citizenship qualities through participation in non-academic school and community activities. In 2025, the award goes to Jessica Hardy. The Ben Nish Scholarship. This scholarship is in honor of our colleague and teacher who taught at CHS for 18 years before becoming ill in 2020. The committee in charge of this scholarship is looking to recognize a student who reflects the characteristics that Mr. Nish found honorable in his students. This student should demonstrate a strong work ethic, have the ability to practice resilience when faced with difficult situations, and has overcome obstacles in their life. They should hold strong moral values and possess the attributes of a true leader by motivating, inspiring, and looking out for others. Presented by Mr. Janisco, this award goes to Jagger Halleck. The Blue and White Club Scholarship. This scholarship is sponsored by the Blue and White Club and is given to 2 students who support and participate in school activities and who will be good ambassadors of CHS once they leave high school. This year's winners are Griffin Forsyth and Emily Wright. The Willard M. Brooks Family Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Brooks' 50-year career included service as CHS Vice Principal and Board Trustee. His dedication to education, particularly mathematics, was only matched by his commitment to athletics as an athlete, organizer, and historian. $1,000 is offered based on post-secondary admission, academics, extracurricular, and need. This year there are 2 recipients, and splitting the award they are Grayson Fox and Emily Wright. The Cardston Rotary Club Scholarship. This award is presented to students accepted at Canadian post-secondary institutions or apprenticeship programs. Applicants must submit a 500-word essay. This award is presented by Kathy Scow, and the award goes to Ava Freeman and Griffin. The First Choice Savings Star Citizen Award. For this award, students were nominated by CHS staff and administration on the basis of dependability, cooperative spirit, leadership, service to their school and community, and evidence of personal values and integrity. This year's award, presented by James Henline, goes to Thor Kinder. The Cardston and District Healthcare Auxiliary Association. $500 scholarships are available to grade 12 students who plan on pursuing a career in any healthcare-related profession and are accepted into full-time post-secondary programs. Past graduates can also apply. This year's awards go to Daniel Kobza, Matea Pitcher, Regan Smith, Lena Winder, Grayson Fox, and Emily Wright. Just for your information, alumni scholarships have been awarded to Lawson Deuce and Riley Gerard. The Jeffrey Spencer Award. Created in honor of Mr. Jeffrey Spencer, who had a special love of construction and mechanics, this $1,000 scholarship is for the most outstanding CTS construction and fabrication student. This year's award on behalf of the Spencer family goes to Van Hagee. The Maggie Cronin Citizenship Award. As one who devotes a great deal of time to the citizens of Cardston, Mrs. Cronin has generously donated funds to recognize a student who does the same. To qualify for this award, students must write an essay on the impacts of citizenship. Presented by Mayor Cronin, this year's award goes to Madison Beezer. The Briggs Holland Memorial Award. Briggs Holland was a grade 10 student at Cardston High School in 2019. He was known for his athletic talent, easygoing personality, and his ability to make friends with everyone he met. To honor his memory, his family has generously provided an annual scholarship. This scholarship is given to a grade 12 student who played on the varsity boys basketball team. This player exhibits qualities Briggs showed during his time on the team. This student is a team player, gives 110% in practices and games, puts his teammates before himself, respects players, coaches, and officials, and is a great example on and off the court. This $500 scholarship goes to Rex Miller. The Sean Marshall Memorial Scholarship. This award, given by Gary and Susan Marshall in memory of their son, Sean, who passed away. Sean overcame significant obstacles as he successfully achieved his high school diploma. This award honors individuals who also overcame adversity in getting their high school diploma and excelling in school. This year's awards go to Jacob Bridge and Kiana Healy. Cardston Lions Club Service Award. An award of $500 is given to encourage students to become active in their community and provide service of their own initiative. Presented by Lions members Zenith Gaynor, Tobias Terrell, and Jen, are you coming up too? This year's recipient is Grayson Fox. The Legacy of Chief Mountain Masonic Lodge, number 58, Cardston Scholarship. When the Chief Mountain Masonic Lodge ceased operations, they donated significant funds to generate a continuous scholarship as their legacy to the Cardston area. The scholarship value will fluctuate each year and is presented to students admitted into post-secondary programs focusing on agriculture or trades. This year there are 2 recipients who receive $1,700 each. Presented by Tobias Terrell, the recipients are Bella Terrell and Grayson Fox. The Cardston Agricultural Society Scholarships. These scholarships, generously offered by the Cardston Agricultural Society, recognize students who have shown that agriculture is an essential part of their lives. Presented by Charlie Weaselhead and Frank Bevins. This year's recipients are Dylan Hansen, Nikisha Daychief, Sage McAllister, Allie McAllister, and Riggin Smith. And I forgot to mention those are $1,000 each. The Joan and Dennis Smith Agricultural Scholarships. This is a brand new scholarship starting this year. It honors individuals who have been heavily involved in agriculture and plan to pursue a career in that field. Presented by Joan and Dennis Smith, this year's recipients receiving $2,500 each are Carson Kimley and Lena Winder. The Mrs. Shirley Gibb Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to a young woman who displays leadership skills and academic excellence. The successful candidate demonstrates self-motivation, confidence, determination, dedication, optimism, is a volunteer in their community, and exemplifies the qualities Mrs. Gibb displayed in her 35 years teaching for the Westwood School Division. This year, the award of $500 goes to Bella Terrell. The Cardston Elementary Scholarship. This award is provided by all the teachers and support staff of CES to a graduate from Cardston High School who is registered in a post-secondary program. The recipient also demonstrates satisfactory grades, responsible citizenship, and extracurricular involvement. Preference is given to past CES students. Presented by Corey Rowe, this year's award of $500 goes to Ava Freeman. The Royal Canadian Legion Branch 170 Awards and Band Award. Awards of $500 are presented to students showing academic excellence. In the event that an applicant has ancestors who have served in the armed forces, extra consideration is given. There is an additional award for an exceptional band student. Presented by Tobias Terrell and Darren Cahoon, this year's winners are Jessica Hardy and Bella Terrell, and Madison Beezer for the band award. The Elevate Eye Care Scholarship. David Anderson at Elevate Eye Care has generously donated $500 scholarship to a student who shows academic excellence, is accepted to a post-secondary institution, and who writes an essay about changing your community in a positive way. This year's winner is Tabitha Evans. The Home Hardware Scholarship. This award, presented by Rod Shaw, is a new scholarship starting this year. It recognizes a student who excels in trades and is planning on pursuing a career path in trades in the future. This year's winner of $1,500 goes to Griffin Forsyth. The Schaefer Entrepreneur Award. Donated by Ryland Schaefer, this award goes to a student who excels in Mr. Gibbing's entrepreneur class. This year's $500 award goes to Elena Mahana. The Westman School Division Scholarship Class Awards. These awards were established to reflect not only a high level of academic excellence in the field of study, but also contribution to a positive school program. Each student will receive $100. For CTS Construction and Fabrication, Shade Primrose. For Foods, McKenna Sims. For Art, Tabitha Evans. For Pro Cooking and Wrap, Declan Spencer. Spanish, Peyton Oliver. For multimedia, Justin Mothersell. For physical education, Franz Javier. For Blackfoot, Nikisha Dechi. For chemistry, Matea Pitcher. Bella Terrell. For math, choir, and drama, Isa Demas. For calculus and physics, Dallin Common. For Science 30, Ava Freeman. For social studies, Denver Van Howard. For English, McKenna Bevins. And for biology, Carly Bevins. Just before we close the awards part of the program, I just want to mention Rutherford scholarships. And they are listed in your program, the projected recipients. Alberta students who have qualifying grade averages are automatically considered for the Alexander Rutherford scholarships. You can see the potential recipients in your programs. Students, there'll be an information packet in your grad packet about how to apply for those scholarships. Thank you again to all of our donors, and congratulations to all the recipients.
Trustees and central office, we invite you up to the podium and we'll go through our graduates now. Community, who's hot? Who finds it hot in here? Anybody? Raise your hands. All right, I've done this 10 years in a row. We're going to have a community meeting real quick. We've got Blood Tribe, we've got County, and we've got Town of Cardston. I have a motion to propose. All in favor of air conditioning at Cardston High School? Are there any opposed? That's unanimous. It's been unanimous for 10 years. I have good news. Are you ready for this? You are the last crowd that will have a sweltering grad. Air conditioning is coming to this gym. I was told that by the finance guy. If it's not true, maybe now it will have to be. So. Okay, graduates, you guys can stand. This first row can stand. And Marissa, head on up this way. Our first graduate leading the way this evening, Marissa Aiken. Ava Anderson. Cam Atwood. Oliver Atwood. Madison Beater. Porter Bennett. Carly Bevins. Colton Bevins. Madison Bevins. McKenna Bevins. Beth Bishop. Roxton Blackwater. Jacob Bridge. Peyton Bridge. Jenna Cahoon. Taylor Ann Campbell. Dallin Common. And his brother Russell Common. Elijah Crawford. Leah Creed. Joshua David. Cami Day Chief. Isa Demas. Howie Dixon. Lucille Ducky. Cohen Eaglebear. Brianna Elliott. Tabitha Evans. Guy that's been on stage a number of times tonight, Griffin Forsyth. Sonder Foster. Britlin Fox. Grayson Fox. Ava Mae Freeman. Trenton Gates. Jagger Halleck. Dylan Hansen. Jessica Hardy. Kiana Healy. Adam Hedges. Van Heggie. Not with us tonight is Gavin Henniger, but he is graduating. We also have Maddie Henline. Max Holland. Summer Holland. Austin Hershey. Piper Janisco. Franz Javier. Amanda Jensen. Jasmine Jensen. Petra Jensen. Carson Kimley. And your president, Thor Kinder. Daniel Kabza. Isaac Kuntz. Michaela Cooch. Shannon Lacey. Sawyer Levitt. Watson Levitt. Kate Leishman. Not with us tonight is Zoe Litchfield. Tylee Lomas. Kiefer Lukes. Zach Lowe. This guy cheers for Dallas, but we love him. Chris Ludu. Chris Luder. Dylan Libert. Molly Many Bears. Mateus Mark. Allie McCollister. Sage McCollister. Grace McKinney. Elena Mahana. Rex Miller. Isaac Morphus. Justin Mothersell. Miles Murray. Ashley Nelson. Karen Nelson. Zach Noel. Rowan Norton. JJ Oka. Peyton Oliver. Sophie Penkers. Sophia Parker. Shad Payne. Aaliyah Peterson. Curtis Peterson. Matea Pitcher. Garrett Pontarolo. Colton Postman. Shade Primrose. Tiana Rabbit. Not with us this evening is Sean Rolls, who is also graduating. Next, we have Courtney Rowe. Seth Russell. Vanden Salmon. McKay Schaefer. Lola Scow. Ben Shipley. McKenna Sims. Dominic Smith. Elizabeth Smith. Liam Smith. Regan Smith. I'm dying to know the score in the game. 5-2, yes. Declan Spencer. Bella Terrell. Terrell, sorry Bella, Terrell. Alexis Toon. Preston Trevor. Sage Vadney. Tyler Vandenhoek. Melody Van Dice. Denver Van Howard. Alexander Van Orman. Cage Vold. Lily Walters. Cimarron Weaselhead. Jada Wells. Colton Whitequill. Chris Wiltsey. Bailey Wood. Two left. Emily Wright. She's probably had this since elementary school, every class list, the last one read, Lena Winder. Appreciate our trustees and our central office staff for guaranteeing air conditioning at Cardston High School. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, graduates, make sure your tassel is on the right. Oh, what's this? Oh, yes! Woo! Oiler fans, raise your hands. Dallas fans. Oh. Calgary fans. Okay, graduates, put your tassels on the right-hand side. You can stand up. Flip them to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2025. Gentlemen, they'll lead us out, and then we can go out for pictures and that. Mr. Quinton will start the music. Thank you. Yep, that's you, Lena.
why